to.
Are they there, these ghosts?
I think they are.
Yeah.
I think he's just got it. He's got that it factor.
But I just got to say this. All right, so as far as final fights, we've talked about Broken Arrow, where the hero comes back and makes the comeback against the villains. We talked about Count of Monte Cristo, where Jim Caviezel was, he was outmatched, but then he became a better fighter. So this is a really different fight. Van Helsing too. I mean, werewolf versus vampire, but that was kind of like the werewolf was way stronger than the vampire. But this is a unique one. It's that MacGruber's normally such an idiot, but in this final fight, he's very capable. And that's just another reason why this movie is so weird, because it never really gives you what you think. So you think he's just going to do something stupid, but he destroys this guy quite smoothly at the end.
You would think that MacGruber would somehow mess it up and, he would fall out the backside and off the cliff as well.
Mm-hmm.
Or, something crazy would happen, or he would accidentally kill his entire wedding party. But no, it's so one-sided that he just steamrolls in. Yeah, you're right. It's on par with how absurd everything else is. They do a complete 180 on you at the end.
Now, I'm going to ask you a question. What do you think they missed an opportunity? So let's say he headbutts him. Then he should rip his throat, then push him. Or would he be dead too quick? Do you think they missed a chance to do a throat rip?
No, I don't think so, because I don't know if MacGruber ever said that he was going to throat rip Von Cunth. I think his whole thing with him was he always wanted to cut off his dong. It was everybody else he wanted to throat rip.
And he was so mad when he realized that. It's just
so disappointed and angry.
This final fight, and I gotta tell you, man, we said it time and time again. It's just this movie is dedicated to just being as unpleasant and it's so single-minded. That's why I love it, if that makes sense. Like these, Jorma Taccone and all these guys went out there with $10 million and they made a very singularly focused film that really relies on MacGruber's nastiness, man. I mean, they never give you quarter for this entire film. And that's why I like the final fight.
What's interesting, too, they mentioned in the commentary during this final fight that they were watching YouTube self-defense videos, and his whole final fight is actually based off a self-defense technique called Krav Maga.
Oh my gosh.
Krav space Magga.
That's like the Born Identity type fighting.
Yeah, where it's a lot of self-defense and then using things around you. And then, it just proves the point, like him picking up that 2x4 and just going to town. But it's crazy that his self-defense and his Mortal Kombat training kicked in there at the very end of the movie.
Wow. Yeah, you're right. Because that's a technical thing right there. And you're right. He did use everything around him and fought intelligently. It's insane. I hate it. It makes me so annoyed that you have him being I love it. So when I say I hate it, I mean I love it. But yeah, he's such an idiot. And then at the end, he used Krav Maga to wipe out Dieter, who just wants to go and have dinner.
Dieter just wants to go have dinner. He killed someone. He wrecked the wedding, and he just wanted to go have some dinner and paint some pictures. Instead, he gets 9 elbows to the face.
I love those elbows too. And none of them's too much. The 9 elbows, it doesn't feel excessive. Nothing in this fight. It could have been more bullets. It could have been more. It's just weird. It's they figured the tasteful amount to go with a distasteful. Does that make they went over the top but tastefully? I love it.
It's so perfect.
All right, but this was fun, man. Any final thought? So what was your favorite what was your moment of this final fight? Favorite moment?
I think it's the grenade launcher, because it's the last thing. It's the last thing that you would think of. I could see MacGruber peeing on somebody, I suppose. I mean, he's just that vile of a creature at times. But just after you've already physically beaten somebody up, you push them off a cliff, you've riddled them with bullets, they finally hit the ground, then you blow them up and scream, F you, dude.
Oh, I love it.
That's just the thing that I did not expect.
And I gotta go with the gun, just because they just threw, Piper literally threw it into his hands. And they never... they never mention it. It's because he's gotten good with guns now, even though he was terrible with them. So I think it's a smart way to showcase his evolution.
And what's fantastic with that, too, after he pushes him out the cliff, he does that spin. It's like a calling back to the SNL skits, where he's like, Piper, in all the skits, he's calling for different utensils and stuff, but it always ends up being something stupid, like a glass and celery and Bloody Mary mix to make a drink or something, or a guitar to play songs. It's this is the one time it's actually something useful that's thrown to him. And where was that before? Did Piper just have it underneath his seat?
Yeah, I guess if anything happened.
So awesome.
It's insane, man. I love it. But hey, dude, well, thank you for joining me on this Final Fight episode. I just think it was fun to talk about, and I think it belongs in the conversation. Of course, it's not the greatest Final Fight ever, but it's a way to showcase like all the themes being tied back together in the final moments, and it's successful at that.
It may not crack the top 3 all-time fight lists. I like how I just said top 3 only, but it's like it could top, it could crack a list of the most one-sided fights around.
Yeah, I mean, for 90 seconds, they pack in a lot into this brawl. Do. So I appreciate it, man. But hey, so thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
All right, so for me, Mark Hoffmeyer, for Tom Tresmer, this is Final Fights. We'll see you next week.